Hello and welcome to using Advanced Find in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. At the end of this course, users will understand how to access Advanced Find, create new Advanced Finds, add view columns to the search results, save search as a personal view, and share a personal view with other users. Let's get started. The Advanced Find feature in CRM will always be available from the main command bar, regardless of the area of CRM that you're currently looking at. Whether you're looking at opportunities, activities, contacts, or whatever, you can always click the ellipse to display the additional options. After clicking the ellipse to show the additional commands, choose Advanced Find. After clicking Advanced Find, our Advanced Find interface will display. The first step to creating an Advanced Find is choosing the record you wish to look for. You can choose opportunities, contacts, accounts, any record type in the system. To choose the record type you wish to report on, use the Look For drop-down menu. The Look For drop-down menu will display all the various entities and record types in the system. You will use the Look For drop-down menu to choose the record type you want to report on. You can start an opportunity from scratch, or you can use an existing saved views as a base to start from. When you click on the Use Saved View drop-down menu, a list of currently saved views for the entity you've selected will display. We can choose something like My Open Opportunities or Closed Opportunities as a base to start our Advanced Find with. However, we can start with a fresh opportunity Advanced Find search as well. Let's assume we're going to start with a brand new Advanced Find. In that case, we're going to click the Clear box on the command bar to clear out the current search criteria. After clicking Clear, our current search terms will remove from the Advanced Find interface. Now, we will click Details to allow us to select new criteria. After clicking Details, a drop-down menu will display where we can select our search terms. A good way to think of Advanced Find is to think of it as a way we can ask the system a question, like how many open opportunities do I currently have, or how many activities were completed in the last week. Click the drop-down menu to display a list of the fields in your current entity, in this case, opportunities. Let's assume I want to create a search that'll show me all the opportunities where the status is app needed and the program is BSN. In that case, we're going to want to choose the status field in this drop-down menu. Scroll down and choose status. After choosing status, we now need to choose which status values we want to filter based on. We can use the ellipse button to the right of the status equals field to choose from a list of available statuses. A list of valid statuses will display. We will select the status we want to filter on in the left-hand side of the page, then use the arrows in the middle to move it onto the selected values area. When we are done, we will click Add. We now have search terms set up to filter status where it equals app needed. However, this is not enough. We also want to filter based on a specific program. We will use the drop-down menu underneath our existing search terms to choose the program field. Very similarly to how we use the ellipse drop-down to select a status value, we are going to use the lookup interface to choose a specific program. To choose from the lookup, we are going to click the magnifying glass. After clicking the magnifying glass, our lookup interface will display. This will list off all the programs that we currently have in the system. This list can be quite large, so we can use the arrows in the lower right-hand portion of the screen to flip to the next page of search results. Or, if we know the name of the program we want to filter based on, we can type it into the search box. After finding the program we want to filter on, we will use the checkbox to check and select the row. Then we're going to use Add to move it into the list of selected values. We have now selected Executive MBA, and now we'll be able to click Add to add it to the search terms. We have now created a basic advanced find that'll show all the opportunities where the status is app needed and the program is executive MBA. To view the search results at any time when creating an advanced find, click the red exclamation point on the ribbon bar for Results. Our search results will now display. In this case, this will show us all of the opportunities where the status is app needed and the program is executive MBA. We can go back to our advanced find creation terms and continue to refine our search by clicking Advanced Find from the tab interface. Our search results showed a set of default columns, but we have the capability to add additional columns to our search results to make the results more meaningful to us. To add new columns onto our search results, simply click Add Columns from the main command bar. Our Edit Columns interface will now display, and we can click Add Columns on the right-hand side of the page to choose which columns we want to include on our search results. A list of the available fields in the Opportunities area will display. Use this list to check and select the column to add, then click OK to add the column. As a note, you can add multiple columns in one go. Our columns we selected will drop onto the page. We can move and arrange the column headings by clicking and selecting the column heading on the left and using the arrows on the right to move that column heading around on the page. One of the very cool features about Advanced Find is that the search can be saved and shared with other users in the system. To save an Advanced Find, click Save As from the main command bar. After clicking Save As, a menu will display, prompting us to choose a name for this new saved view. As a reminder, it's always a good idea to give your view a good naming convention. So instead of naming it something like Bob's View number 1 or Mary's View number 2, name it close to what the view is finding. In our particular case, a good name for this view would be Application Needed MBAs. To share a view that we've just saved, we need to access the list of saved views. Click the Saved Views button from the main command bar. A list of the saved views we currently have in the system will display. Use the checkbox to select the view we wish to share with another user. After clicking and selecting the view, now click Share from the command bar. Our sharing interface displays, and this is the interface we use to select the users we wish to share the view with. To begin this process, first click Add Users or Teams on the right-hand side of the page to begin the process of selecting the users. A list of the current users in the system will display. Double-click to select the user to add them into the Selected Records area. This can be done with multiple records at this time. Once you are finished, click the Add button on the bottom of the page to select the user. After choosing the users, we will now need to choose what type of permissions we want to give them to the view. At a minimum, in order to be able to see the view, they need to have read permissions. If we want to be able to have these people make changes to the view, we can give them write permissions. If we really trust them and we want them to be able to delete the current view, we can give them delete permissions, but I don't recommend that. Ignore, append, and assign. And if we want to allow these users to share this view onto others, we can give them share permissions. Once we are done and we have all our options selected, click OK. Our view has now been shared with other users. The users we shared the view with will be able to see the view in their Saved Views area of Advanced Find, but they'll also be able to see it in another place in CRM. We'll close Advanced Find to go to our main navigation. We are now back in the main Opportunities area of the system. Notice that in the View selector in the Opportunities area, there's now a new heading that appears that says My Views. Any saved views from an Advanced Find will appear in the View drop-down menu for that particular entity. If you want to take a look at that view, simply click the view from the My Views area. This concludes the module on Advanced Find in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Thank you.